A viral video intended to troll Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is drawing a lot of mixed reaction. Many on X are praising 22 Minutes, the CBC comedy show, while some political experts believe it was all a flop. Either way, it's brought the attention back to CBC as Poilievre doubles down on his plan to cut funding to the broadcaster.
Pierre Poilievre loves free speech. You can tell by the way he hates talking to the press and hasn't responded to any of our requests for an interview.
But 22 Minutes correspondent Dan Dillabo says his luck quickly changed.
But he did reach out to me personally with a very thoughtful robocall.
I'm common sense Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre calling to give you a special invitation to my Spike the Hike, Axe the Tax rally.
Of course, Dillabo accepted.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Halifax! I can resist everything except temptation.
It cuts to Dillabo in line waiting to meet Poilievre, and it was soon enough his time to shine.
Wow, Pierre Poilievre, such an honor to meet. My name is Dan, I'm with 22 Minutes. It's so nice to meet you. Canada's next Prime Minister and laser eye surgery success story.
The Conservative leader was not having it.
If it was up to me, you'd be the leader of the opposition for the rest of your life.
Well, I won't be, sadly, for you and you and your. But you know what? You'll have to earn a living rather than getting it from taxpayers' money.
Dan was quick to be moved to the side, but it didn't stop him from getting back in line for a second round of questions.
I love that you're cracking down on murderers, thieves, CBC journalists. I love that you're cracking down on axing the tax.
That's why your ratings are so terrible. All right, my friend.
No, I think that's heartland.
Not everyone found it funny.
Well, I thought it was boring as can be. And I didn't think very highly of the person who created it.
Political science professor Conrad Wynne says he sympathizes with Poilievre.
I mean, the only part that made me feel slightly positive is that the Conservative Party leader seemed to have a somewhat good sense of humor dealing with this. But other than that, I thought the whole thing was a waste of time.
We want to know, what is your least favorite province? Right. And could we save money by sinking PEI into the sea?
I think we could save money by spending $1 billion less on terrible comedians.
Absolutely.
And propagandists from the PMO.
So when it comes to the real potential of funding cuts for the CBC,
that's inevitable. It doesn't matter who wins the next election. The Canadian government is running out of money.
Poilievre has not been shy about his stance on the public broadcaster.
Your question was typical of CBC, biased again.
We could save $1 billion by defunding the CBC.
The interaction with 22 Minutes adds to the list of viral moments between Poilievre and journalists.
The reason that so I mean, we have basically a liberal heckler who snuck in here today.
A lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
like who?
I don't know who, but
well, you're the one who asked the question, so
yeah.
You must know somebody. I've been answering your questions this week.
Here's another one.
So no,
the government's introducing
why would you a carbon tax? You're not changing the subject. I know you want to change the subject.
No, I want to ask
because you don't want to talk about Trudeau's carbon tax.
I want to ask a question because in a democracy we ask the question and you answer.
And I decide the answer I give.
Whether you thought the 22 Minutes interview was a hit or a flop,
thank you for standing up for freedom of the press. Let's bring it home. Canada! Canada!
Poli-sci professor Conrad Wynne believes it should spark a bigger conversation about the media in Canada.